of week one. It is LSU, Florida State, the rematch. And these two programs couldn't be any more similar in their expectations, but different in that Mike Norvell gave people hope last year. Now they're at the point where they're picked to be in the college football playoff, to win the ACC, whereas Brian Kelly enters year two, probably surprised little people in year one winning the SEC West. But what does this game mean for Florida State and LSU?
Yeah, I think it probably has more importance for Florida State. And I was looking at a draft list today, Matt, and I wasn't surprised, but I kind of did a double take of all the talent that Florida State has across the board. I mean, they have just so much NFL talent. Of course, so does LSU. But LSU, let's say they lose this game. Yeah, they're out of mulligans. They really have to run the table, but they could. And I mean, all they would have to do to get to the playoffs would be to win the rest of the games, including some nasty road games like Mississippi State and Ole Miss and Alabama, and then just simply go to Atlanta and beat Georgia, and they're in the playoffs.
That's it.
But they would still be alive. My argument is that if Florida State loses this game, they're really in trouble. Because they have the road game at Clemson and a couple of other ones, but they'll be judged by on a much different scale, depending on how many undefeated teams or one-loss teams are hanging around at the end.
Yeah, and you would like to think that a week one wouldn't damage you too much, but we saw LSU lose this game last year, still play for an SEC championship, and no one was getting through Georgia in that game. Georgia was just better than everybody else. But I don't know, to your point, I don't know that the ACC is strong enough top to bottom to carry a one-loss team. And that'll be the biggest thing for Florida State. You get through this game with a win. Let's say, I don't even know if you could trip up against Clemson and still get in. I think Florida State almost has to play perfect football from week one through championship weekend.
Yeah, Matt, and remember, this is the current system of the ACC. It would be very difficult a couple of years from now when you add SMU and
Stanford.
It'll be a lot easier. The strength.
Then you're talking to top to bottom juggernaut when it comes to adding Cal, Stanford, and SMU. So look, there's so many games that can dictate a team's success throughout the year. And I think LSU and Florida State is fascinating for so many reasons. The comeback last year.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.